Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, this is going to be one of our specific messages. But first and foremost, happy Monday. Monday is the day that I go back through the comments of any of our other specific videos and randomly select a winner. And so, this week, our winner is MB1N only. So please forgive me if I just botched your name, but you are the winner this week, sweetheart. So that means I did a fictional storytelling for you. There is a free link right there in the description box for MB1N ONLY's video. And of course, anybody can watch it. I always make it so that I just don't like record it live. I record it and then just release it in the video description box. And we'll make a post to remind everybody about who the winner was for this week, just so it's easy to find and you guys all know. So anyway, in these specific messages, just know these are the ones where I do leave comments on this channel, and you guys can type the word heal in the comments. Now, right now, if you're watching this at a little before 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 24th of November, just know that I am currently live recording this. So the comment section isn't open yet. You'll want to wait until I'm done with this live, and then the comments will be open. Right now, it's the live chat you'll see, and I won't see this chat again, so I don't want you guys to miss out on being entered to win. So anyway, like I say, you just type the word heal in the comments when those open up after I'm done with this live video, and you've got any time between now and next Monday to watch this video and do that. All right, so, and then of course on Monday, I'll pick another winner. Hi guys, so nice to see you all. All right, so let's get into this. The specific messages, I do start them out with an idea that popped into my head first. And I was picturing somebody that was specifically like scratching at their eye, like something was irritating in it. It was kind of like in that outer edge of the eye. And I would have said in my mind it was the left eye, but I mean, it could be the inner canthus of the right eye. I don't know. But that's what came to mind. So we're going to keep that in mind and just say, I don't know, does this impact how somebody is seeing something? Ooh, 10 of Swords. Have they been crying? A 10 of Swords and a Queen of Wands. Okay. So 10 of Swords and Queen of Wands is looking like on this card, we have a masculine, possibly with that 10th sword in his back. Also, I don't know if somebody has like a zebra printed coat, jacket, something. I'm picturing something a little bit tacky, like pleather, or like almost a costume piece, or like maybe something a zebra print that's like, I don't know, I'm picturing like a Halloween type, hat that has like fur on it or something. But it doesn't have to be tacky. It just kind of is in my mind right now. This is a painful ending though. And maybe he said or did something tacky. A Queen of Wands wouldn't like that. I can say that right now. If they behaved in a tacky way, I could see that it could have irritated. And maybe that's the irritant in somebody's eye. Maybe like the Queen of Wands, like, ooh, I don't like what I saw there. I don't like the way he treated me. That irritated me. Maybe it's her rubbing her eye. But regardless, we see, like, I almost feel like she emanated some kind of like, ooh, not cool kind of energy off of her. You notice how it's like, we have like her abdomen is circled, but I also feel like that's like there's ring of power that like emanated from her like gut outward. I don't know. I think she really didn't like this. I don't know if this is somebody who made an off-color joke or a careless, thoughtless, or just like low quality joke that isn't funny. It did not land well with her at all. And she was done. She's done with them for some reason. I feel like this is particularly a Queen of Wands who may care a great deal about children, about, other lives, about, the souls of other people on this planet. She may see every single, flame of life as really important. And maybe this is just something that either she felt disrespected or she just didn't like something that happened. You were real loud. Come here. Come at least show your cuteness. Oh, okay. You're going to stand there instead and ask for accolades. You did great, babe. We have the Judgment and we have the King of Swords. I said, what happened? I mean, honestly, this person might not have been an off-color joke. He might have reconciled with some other individual in his life. I mean, that's a pretty thorough ending then. but I don't know why he'd be unhappy about this. Ten of Swords says it's a painful ending, almost like he didn't want to let her go, but then did anyway. It's like, well, I can't see her anymore. Now that I'm doing this, I'm crossing that border where I'm not going to be able to come back into her world because I'm reconciling with somebody else. Yeah, I'll never see her again. I'll never get to travel to see her again. She won't get to travel to see me again. Wait a second. So you left a queen high and dry. Well, let me tell you, this queen has not lost any sleep over you. King of Swords. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius possibly got back together with maybe a Scorpio. Page of Wands, yet he wants her. So why did you get back together with the wrong person? I don't understand. Maybe this is because of a child. This could be like that if he had a child with somebody before, and this could even be like, oh, it'd be too hard to see the child. Sorry, not the child, but a child. It's weird because I didn't mention this, but on the Queen of Wands, there are little children here too for her. Maybe she really loves kids. Maybe this is somebody that she didn't have kids with him, but he previously had children with somebody else. This looks like he's reconciled with a baby mama because, like, how else would I travel enough to see my child? We have all of these, like, kind of like the patches or the decals that you put on your car from different places you've traveled. And she's definitely in like a little traveler's outfit. And this card is sideways. Something about with the border crossing, something about he chose to stay somewhere. And so he knew he had to like end things with the Queen of Wands. He could have an ugly little mustache. I'm very sorry to say that, but this is one of the ugliest mustaches. It does not work on him. He is not Tom Selleck. I'm sorry. I do not like the mustache on that. Now, that is just personal preference. I don't mean to be rude, but that sounded super rude. But maybe that came up. I try to be as specific as possible and a little goofy. I don't mean to be mean-spirited, but maybe this was a source of, joking or contention between them or something where he intentionally like grew out a mustache, or no shave November or something like that to celebrate, or, something along those lines. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go for like a big old, honking whatever. I don't know. There could have been a joke in there, but like, oh, it's an intentionally like over the top look. We've got this Queen of Cups in the reverse. Sorry, that's just a weird side note. I don't know exactly why he went back to a karmic, but this is straight up a karmic. This is not going back to a love relationship. Tell me about the Queen of Wands being upright over here, because the Queen of Wands is a Ten of Pentacles. She's like, oh yeah, he wants to reunite with his family. He's got a big family. Somebody definitely could live in a different country, different culture. I'm getting like somewhere in South America, maybe somewhere in Mexico, somewhere. And it's like, that's where, he wants to be closer to his family. She may even be able to understand that and be like, that's what you do in life. You're very close to family. She has family that is extended, that is not relative to her. She has like lots and lots and lots of people whose hearts she touches. I almost feel like this could be somebody who's like a NICU nurse, or somebody who, like, if she were to like count up all the babies she's held or all the people whose lives she's touched, it's a lot. It's a lot of people. And maybe she can't have children of her own in this. Maybe that's one of the reasons she's like got so many of these little lights behind her. I don't know. There's something about children and family that she understands why, like, yeah, it's over with me because he's going back to a karmic for the family. That's where he believes he should be. So that's where he should be. She's not even flinching about this. 9 of Wands. If anything, she's like, well, if that's where he feels he has to be because he can't see another way through it, and it's not even where he wants to be, then that's because he's got some wounds, and the only person who can heal your wounds is you. So I'm not here to, patch up somebody. So if he's going back to a karmic that he's miserable with and he'll never see me again, that's what he has to do. He's the one in all the pain over this, though. He's the one with the 10 of Swords. He's the one who's even stressed out saying, I'm going to miss her. I'm on the other side of a boundary now. I can't talk to her anymore. And I'm like leaving her high and dry. this feels, I mean, he may have gone back to an ex at a very difficult time in the Queen of Wands life, but even there, it's like, that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving the Queen of Wands to go back to my karmic. And I'm leaving her at a time where she's high and dry. Like, this is somebody who's sleeping at the train station, you know, whatever, travel is canceled, all kinds of things. This could have been some time ago. I don't know. Was this recent or was this some time ago? It feels like it was a while ago. Empress. It was, let's say this. He knew darn well who the Queen of Wands was to him. That's the person he wanted to marry. That's just not the person he's going to be with. That feels like an epic error on his part when you go against what you know you need to do, but you're making this. And even here, it's, you know, we have like the police station here, almost like it doesn't matter what is, you know, correct. This is like, I'm in chains, I'm locked up, but this is what I have to do. Things are out of my control. Almost like he's being taken back to his you know, karmic. Like the karmic has a, you know, like chains on him to always keep him latched to that connection. We have a Page of Cups again. The pages are children. This is him also, though, saying, I'm so sorry. I was trying to build something, you know, castle of sand, and I'm so sorry that I did this. This is all how he feels about the Queen of Wands. He feels like he left, that we'll say the woman that he thought of as his wife, the person he wanted to marry. And he's both sorry about it, but this is also kind of weak sauce as far as like, you know, being sorry, but still doing something that, I don't know, how do you feel about this? King of Swords, like you chose to do this. We have the blank card, which is identical on either side, which I usually read as two people who feel the same way. And then we have the Ace of Wands. It kind of comes across like, I'm always going to want that Queen of Wands and she's always going to want me. And I'm kind of like, whoa, stop the record. Well, that doesn't mean she's always going to want you. In fact, a Queen of Wands who understands, yep, he's going to go back to his, you know, previous family. She's upright. She's the one looking at you like you're the one who's broken, not her. That doesn't mean she still wants you. She may find you to be somebody who has a lot of work and a lot of, you know, growth to do, which could be a big turnoff. I'm sorry, I have to be a little sassy in here, but the fact that he's like, oh my God, you know, she'll always want me and I'll always want her. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. That's assuming an awful lot. When you make a mistake this epic and you make different choices that are kind of like, I don't know, it kind of seems like it's wrong on every front. And the reason I say that is because we start out with the 10 of Swords, because he's the one who's like devastated over walking away from his Queen of Wands, the woman he was supposed to have been married to. I guess I don't understand how you're doing the right thing when this was the right person for you, the one that you're walking away from. I guess I don't understand that part of the story. This feels unnecessarily dramatic, like, oh, but we'll always want each other. And I don't know. Take that away. Pretend she gets on with her life without you. Then what? You know, because it almost feels like that's a weird comfort zone that he gets to, you know, like warm his little heart with. And I'm like, if you took that away, would you be more apt to look at your real choices and saying, wow, I blew it with the right person? I don't know. I'm just wondering how. Let me take another look. 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles sideways. He's like, oh, I know she'll move on without me. But it's a little, and this is bugging me again, it's a little bit like, and I know she won't want me in her world, but she won't ever like fully block me. I don't think you know who you're messing with. A Queen of Wands doesn't put up with any ish. I wonder if he certainly is assuming a ton, like she'll always be in love with him. He'll, you know, and he's sure sorry that he's doing this, but even though she won't want to talk to him, and I know she'll move on with her life, but you know, the real reason I'm ticked off, okay, is because this almost says, and maybe she'll never meet somebody else. That bugs me about this story, because he says maybe she'll always still be hooked on me, never quite open her heart and give everything to somebody else, because she gave me her heart first. And I say that because the heart is here behind the glass doors, and she's got this little thing. This is how he sees her, and I kind of think this is how he hopes her life goes, which I don't think that's love. If you're going to walk away from somebody that you supposedly love so much, but you're not going to be with them, you damn sure better hope that they go on to have the greatest life they could ever have, because you're not going to offer it to them. They shouldn't want for anything. If you really love somebody and you're not going to do right by them, you better hope and pray that they get the best possible love story they could ever have. You owe that to them. But this person feels selfish. He wants to hold on to the idea that, oh, we both love each other. We'll always pine for each other. And really, she'll move on, but not entirely. No. Let's just see. Maybe I'm dead wrong. I am a beast in this one, aren't I? I need to zip it. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. Let's just let her speak instead of me being all ba 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 ba. We got an Ace of Swords. It is sideways. 9 of Pentacles upright. 6 of Swords in the reverse. Unfortunately, there is some of this that she hasn't gotten over. Although I kind of feel like this joy and the sunshine that we have coming in is like burning it out a little bit. But in truth, she never cut them out of her world or her thoughts entirely, because this card is sideways. In truth, she hasn't moved on into totally calmer waters, but her life is good with that 9 of Pentacles. All right, so I guess he got his wish. She's not quite over him. What's the thing that she's either still holding on to, or we have a 7 of Cups sideways. So I don't know that he ever fully explained what he was doing, because this says she's still kind of confused. Not really. She assumed he's going back to his family. Did he leave things unspoken or unclear? Hang on. Queen of Wands, what do you believe happened here? 7 of Swords. This is lies, but then it's lies that are cloaked in like things that she couldn't quite decipher. So there might have been a lot of unspoken, like things that she couldn't wrap her head around because it wasn't fully explained. It wasn't translated. It was like, So she was left wondering. And I think being left wondering is perhaps the part that's like, of course, yeah, that's what makes anybody hold on, is the unknown, the untold part of a story. With that 4 of Pentacles, that's kind of what she still holds on to. And if you don't know the full story and you don't know the full makeup of how somebody operates, you might still be in love with an illusion. I'm sorry, I know this is kind of a rough story, and I'm not making it particularly, smooth with the way I'm telling it either. But it does have a certain element of illusion to it, now that we have the 7 of Cups sideways and the 7 of Swords upright and the 4 of Pentacles, that are like, I hold on to this hope that maybe one fine day, and maybe I got this all wrong. Maybe he can go back to a karmic, or maybe, he went back to fix things and then, is returning. It feels a bit like she's holding on to a bit of a hope. But I don't know that I see him being the kind of character, him or her. Please remember, I don't actually read for genders, even though we have a king, so I have to keep saying him, him, him. Do you know what kind of a situation this was, or the way he operates? Did you understand that? Hanged Man, 8 of Swords sideways. Now he's a master of procrastination, and she seems to be somebody who does get a little bit stuck, maybe out of patience, maybe out of like, well, you got to wait until, not everything happens exactly when you want it to, or, love is patient, love is kind. But then there's also a point where it's like, or am I intentionally being dragged along with their procrastination? And that's why I don't really have answers, because she's still kind of here looking at her phone. I kind of think that a bit of her energy got put on hold because there were a lot of unknowns. Now, what we could say is a Queen of Wands wouldn't normally have unknowns. A Queen of Wands would normally ask the questions that need to be asked and expect answers, right? So if she didn't ask the questions that she needed to ask, then, maybe that's why she's confused. Hierophant, Queen of Pentacles. She's not confused though. She does know, her higher self is telling her all the time what she needs to know here, which is be grounded, be stable. You've created this amazing life for yourself, and you know this. You also know that there is a wonderful partnership up ahead for you. She knows this. So let me ask this. Hang on. Because now we're starting to get good. Now we're starting to break through some of the illusions and the fact that she was still a little hung up on him. But then there's this other part of her that's very grounded, very realistic. And she knows, wait a minute, I will be happily married with someone. I know that that's in my future because I want it, because I'm marriage material, because I'm grounded and I'm stable, and I'll have a stable and grounded life. Look at how much else I've built in my life that's stable and grounded. That's my MO. So what else? If she actually knows that, then I'm kind of thinking she's on the cusp of maybe no longer being kind of ensnared in this, this bit of drama, right? This storyline began with somebody who they're hurting heavily over, like, losing her, because she's still the hottest thing, the sexiest thing, the thing they always wanted, the thing they always will. But I can't say that they're wishing her well and wishing her to move on. Instead, it's like they chose to move away from her, and they're hoping that she never quite gets over them. And over here, that has been the case. But we see her kind of starting to break free of that, I think. Let me just ask, from the universe's perspective, where is she at, universe? Because it seems like she's like, I think it's very understandable that she would still be kind of muddled over this, but also her grounded energy says, no, but I do know better. We have a Knight of Pentacles that is sideways. We have the Strength card upright, and we have the Three of Swords. The universe says she is absolutely strong enough to get through this heartbreak. And it was indeed a heartbreak. And it's been a slow healing process. But what she's come out of this side of it as is like a very strong, very empowered individual. The reason it's taken some time, and the reason she was muddled over it's not even that she was confused, not really. It's that it hurt. This was a sucky situation, but she knows damn well she deserves a partner that is like completely bonded to her and has the courage and the strength to stay beside her. And I think that those two things can be true at the same time. Like, they're not my person. They're not strong enough to be my person. And it also hurts that they're not strong enough to be my person. That seems to be the real underlying energy of this. And she's been, working with that, if not, acknowledging those words or the scenario exactly like that. That's what her subconscious has known. And that's she's been processing and working through. That's why we see her as good and fine, and also kind of hurt and kind of a little stuck, but also good. It's because she knows better. I kind of love this one after all. This was a messy one, to tell this story, but now we're seeing, we have a Six of Swords. We're seeing her like on the upswing. I feel like a plane that is like now really taking off, and it's gaining, altitude to where it needs to be at cruising level. She's this close to it, is what the universe says. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's like such a breath of fresh air. So universe, can I then ask one last question, which is, why did this come up first as him in the Ten of Swords energy? And so much of this was told from his perspective, right? So many of these cards all pertain to his side of it. And I'm sorry, and God, I hope she never really moves on from me, and I miss her, and I'm, unable to cross back into her life now. But it feels like he's trying to console himself. But I don't know. Where is he at right now, universe? The Chariot. The Chariot's usually about moving on, moving forward with gusto. He's praying to be beamed up. What does that mean? You notice how he wants the reins of his life to be handed off to some other power. In this case, aliens, come get me. Somebody else take me out of the decision I just made because I know damn well it's wrong. He's standing here wishing he could now reconcile back with her. He's standing here between old life, new life. He's in a world of indecisive energy and, you know, unhappy energy, because I think he knows now he's basically standing between two different forms of reconciliation. He kind of already did go back to reconcile with an ex, from what we could see, a karmic, no less. But now he wants to reconcile with the Queen of Wands / Queen of Pentacles. And he's standing here wishing that somehow something would happen so that he doesn't have to make the actual decision. Instead, please let the aliens beam me up and take me. Take me to where I'm supposed to be. Universe, you send the angels and have something magically happen so that I don't have to make the decision, because I'm so like miserable with the choices that I'm already well on the way of making, and I know that it's not right. So I need some act of God to come in and basically fix my free will and do it for me. But that's not how that works. I mean, not usually. I mean, yes, there's, unexpected things occur in life all the time, but on the other hand, we always have a certain amount of free will. High Priestess, he is so, like, you notice how this person has their fingers, like, when somebody licks their fingers and goes to, put out a flame, which, by the way, I've never been brave enough to do that. But I don't know. I don't trust that my spit is powerful enough to just put out a flame without burning my fingers. So I don't know. It never looked like a good idea to me, but I've seen people do it and they seem to be successful. So this feels like somebody who's like just done that and they're about to put out the flame. It's that he knows this is it. This is like, we already saw him say, I'll never be able to come back across into her life again. So he's kind of like at a cusp of, like, maybe he already reconciled with a karmic, but now it's like, oh my God, am I supposed to remarry the karmic or something? Or get married to the karmic, because it's something more like this is forever now and there's no going back. And he knows this is about to snuff out the connection that he has with that amazing Queen of Wands. And this is, I mean, on one hand, we could say, well, didn't he already do that? The universe is like, no, he's looking at it like this is the moment where he's feeling that pressure. He's sensing there's no going back after this, after whatever this moment is. 7 of Wands. Hang on, universe, I don't get that. 4 of Cups, 3 of Cups. It's so crazy because part of it almost looks like he's saying, I almost wish I had never met the Queen of Wands so I wouldn't know what I'd be missing out on. All of this is like, I think he's trying to fight with himself against trying to, like, I don't know if he thought maybe he could get that Queen of Wands to be, like a side dish or what. But there's like this regret of, why can't I have her too? Or something. I don't love the fact that I regret this, but then I also still wish that I could somehow find a way to have my cake and eat it too. I don't know. There's something here. Maybe it's like, why did I go out to that club that one night? Because that's how I met the Queen of Wands, and now I can never be happy because I'm in love with her. But that's not where my life is going. This is normally how somebody tries to get over an obstacle or a problem. And I can't help but think it's a little bit of like, I wish I hadn't met her, but on the other hand, God forgive me, but I'm about to see if I could maybe reach out to her and get her to be my side dish, even though I'm going to go into this other life, or I'm committing to this other life. Like, that's almost what it seems like. Oh, please, no. Do not reach out to her to see if you can get her to be a side dish. 5 of Cups, he's like, I'm just so freaking miserable. He's having a big old meltdown. Like a big old freaking meltdown with that 5 of Cups. Oh boy, now I've done it. Okay, guys, just know that this video is most likely not going to process. I didn't even look up. I'm sorry, I got so into the story. So if I have to take this video down and then re-release it tomorrow, please know I apologize. It's just, there's a glitch on YouTube now that if I do a video that's any length of time, it won't process. And so there's this whole thing that I got to go through. So I should have done this in multiple parts, and I totally spaced it because I was too into the story. With the star, he's so freaking miserable right now, is what the universe is saying. He's not even thinking clear. He's just thinking about what he's lost with her, with that Queen of Wands. And it's really unfortunate because right now it's like I would give anything to be, I know exactly where I want to be. I want to be with her. Okay, hang on. You have control over your own life. I don't know why you keep acting like you don't, character. You do have control over your own life. I'm not sure why your solution is, I'm going to do this, but I want her too. Why don't you look at a different solution? I don't know. I'm picking a new deck and saying, universe, do you have anything to say directly to him? Because all we see is like, this is where he's at. He's freaking miserable and he's making some pretty, kind of desperate, poor choices maybe in his thoughts. But the universe says, you want the Queen of Pentacles. But remember, the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Wands in this. This is the person. This is the one. So that's your choice. That's the person that you love. So you should be offering that person your cup. Look, I don't give advice. Please remember these are fictional. Ten of Swords. The universe is pointing out something's got to end, though. So you either need to stop saying that you're going to get back with your karmic, even if you already have, so that you can love the person that you love, or this is the person you love, will always love, and you're leaving them anyway, and it's over. It's one ending or the other, because the universe says point blank, you can't have both. This is you choosing. So you're either choosing to end things with the person you love, or you have to choose to end things with somebody else so you can be with the person that you love. And the universe, plain and simple, says, how hard is this? You know exactly what you want to do, so go be with the person that you love. Figure out how to still, if they were staying with a karmic for the sake of a child, you can still parent. Millions of people do it. You can still parent and be separated. It might be harder, it might be more expensive, but you can still be a great parent and be separated from your, the spouse that you had that child with, or mama, baby, daddy, whatever. So why is that such a hang up? The universe just made it very simple. You already know what you want. So quit fretting and biting nails over it and making the wrong choices, and make the choice that you know you want to make. And then work out the other thing. And when I say thing, I don't mean to talk about like even fictional children as thing. I don't mean that. I'm talking about the relationship with the karmic. Children are always an absolute blessing. I don't even know if they have kids. It just kind of came up quite a few times with children in this story. Okay, so final messages here. We have the Devil and we have the Eight of Pentacles. The universe says one final thing. You have to then work on, making everything work. So the only thing really hindering you is if you're scared. If you're scared to tell the karmic that you're leaving, if you're scared to try to get back with the Queen of Wands / Queen of Pentacles, that's really what's holding you back, because you know what you want, you know what you would rather do, but you already made one wrong mistake, and now to reverse everything, if you're actually scared to talk to, especially probably the Queen of Pentacles, about, will you take me back? Because you might have to work to get back into her good graces after the yo-yoing you've done. That might be the real reason you're not doing the thing that your heart wants to do. This is one of those stories that's so hard to tell, because, oh my God, yes, that would be very hard. And if he was trying to do the thing that he thought he had to do because he thought it was the right thing to do, even though it was costing him, his heart, and then even though he knew this person really loved him, but then there was this maybe that'll be enough to sustain me for the rest of my life, knowing that somewhere out there she still loves me too. And obviously I was all up in arms about that. You do not get to want the person that you're not going to be with to never really move on from you. And now it boils down to, maybe they were scared they'd never be able to fix this, especially with, this has been a lot of wrong turns in this story, is kind of how it seems to me. And again, we can see it, we can understand it, even if it's frustrating. But the bottom line is the universe says she, our Queen of Pentacles, is going to have a happily ever after. I have no idea if it has anything to do with him. Do we have one final? Since it's so long, let's just go one more. Universe, for the Queen of Pentacles, you said she'll be happily married. That's in her future. Okay, so does this have anything to do with him or anything to do with somebody else? Because we saw the Chariot for him already, and we saw the Six of Swords in reference to him, here's the way I would say it. The universe says, well, this comes back to free will. She will either move on and forget him, and she will meet somebody that is amazing who will come right toward her, and there won't be any question of loyalty, and it'll be a happily ever after, and she will probably be one and done. She'll be married to one person who is never going to let her go, and vice versa, and it's going to be fabulous. However, there is still a chance in this that if they were the ones to let go of their karmic and just fully be like, that was insane, I don't know why I felt like I had to do that when it was so wrong for me to try to honor something, or I thought I was doing the better thing when I can't do that because you're the person I'm supposed to be with. It could technically still be him. And I only say that because we got the Chariot again in reference to him, and we saw him, with the UFO Chariot card. So the universe does not say it's going to be him, and especially with the two dogs here, I don't know if it's him or somebody else. The universe says that depends. It depends on what action he actually takes. And it depends on whether or not she wants this person anymore. But regardless, she has a happily ever after with him or with somebody else. There are so many timelines in our life that can be very, very happy. There are so many wonderful people on this planet to love. So she's not going to be cheated out of a happy ever after, even if he's not the one she has it with. In the meantime, I would not say it's quite so simple for him, because he's the one who knows he's not listening to his heart. He's not making the right choice for himself. So he may not get some happily ever after without her, simply because she is his happily ever after, and he already knows that. So this is only the person making the choices. If they make an inauthentic choice for themselves, it doesn't kind of look like it's going to be joyful for him. He's always going to still hope that she never moves on. But the universe says, oh no, she will. She'll end up happy with somebody else. You won't be happy without her, but she'll be in a very loving connection without you. Or it can be you. The choice is yours. So, sorry, I know I was not very delicate in this story. I'm sorry. It just felt like one that was supposed to be a little bit more blunt for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I kind of feel like I probably shouldn't have even finished the story. I should have just been like, I'm too rude. I need to zip it. You guys, thanks so much for being here. Sometimes these are better stories to tear apart and look at all the little minute details. But on the other hand, that was a little bumpy. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Go see. You're such an angel. Thank you for tolerating me. You angel. Victoria Edwards, good to see you, love. Brooklyn, hi, sweetie. Thank you for being here. Shout out to you, New Zealand. Hang on. Brooklyn Mania Photo or Poto? Brooklyn Mania Poto. Forgive me if I got it wrong. Oh my God, Brooklyn, that's hilarious. I hope your eye feels better, though. I'm sorry it's itching you, but Suman Setia, good to see you, sweetheart. Good morning to you in India, darling. Thank you for being here. Hi, Melrose. Amanda S. Awesome to see you. Air Bubble, Nick in Australia. Thanks for being here, babe. Air Bubble, you're cracking me up. No Filters, Mom. Nice to see you, hon. YouTube watcher, thanks for being here. Ionosaurus, nice to see you. Team Palger, nice to catch you, love. Lena Bora, hi, sweetie. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a Cancer video. Suchitra99, thanks for being here. Karmic Justice, Myra J, Foxins, did I say that right? Sinks? Foxsinks. Okay, maybe I got that right. Annette Summersby, Ginger Montague, Empress Unicorn 111. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well this weekend. Oh, Maria Suspades, I'm so sorry. Styes are really painful. I'm so sorry. I hope that that calms down pretty swiftly for you. Dwayne Anderson, nice to see you. Hi, GR. Tack Ellis, Gemini Twin Gang. Oh my gosh, your eyes are bothering you too. I wonder if it's I have allergies still at this time of the year. I cannot believe that I will still have allergies even at this time of the year, that, my lungs get sensitive, but even sometimes like my ears also, not so much my eyes, but my ears are like impacted. Night Drive Watch, Baywatch. Hi, sweetie. Thanks again, Angel Leo Girl and Hetty. So great to see you again tonight. And let's see, Richmond 777. Yeah, I'm sorry. Aries did quite a loud little bark in that. And now he came to tell me he did good, and now he's out like a little light. Hi, Gem, Sunflowers, Moon Power, Indigo Moon X, Mancy Halls. Thanks, everybody. Tina's just passing time. Christina Cannon, Moonbeam Wendy. Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm going to bounce on out of here and then go over to Case Regretless Life, because we got to do a today's topic and announce the winner over there and do a storytelling for that winner as well. Dwayne Anderson, thank you, hon. So nice to see you in real time. I feel like sometimes I see you and I don't get a chance to say hi. Dwayne, it's always great to catch you. Jenna Henry, hi, sweetheart. Anonymous Angel 444 Angel, my pleasure. Thanks for being here. Oh, Team Pulger, are you an Aussie too? That's awesome. Thank you for being here. That's one thing that I so love, with our different time zones. It seems like I always end up on Tarot Dog pretty late at night, and I feel like that's when I get to catch up and talk to, like those of you in India, those of you in England, those of you in Australia. And it's so fun because I get to like hang out at different times. I just love it. Raise the cage. Hey, shout out to you, babe. So great to see you. Oh, Be Shine. Welcome, hun. Oh, sweetheart, Brishna, I don't actually do storytellings like that. So one thing that I will say is keep your notification bells turned on, because every week on both channels, on this one and also on Kate's Regretless Life, once a week for 30 minutes, I am going live and doing random fictional storytellings for my subscribers and members, just for like 30 minutes. It's just a way to like celebrate the holidays. So bear that in mind. I'm not doing that right now, though. When I do that, I'll always title the video like one card fictional storytellings for members. But that's not what we're doing right now, though. But when that happens, I always give you guys a little bit of direction to let you know how that all works. So stay tuned, because we'll do that sometime this week on both channels, and then maybe I'll catch you there. But just also know I never take questions. Whatever comes out in a story, because I'm not a psychic, I'm just a fictional storytelling. But I'd love to see you in one of the lives, and I look forward to it. So welcome, and thank you for being here. Oh, Team Palgar, that's so nice. It's a wonderful, beautiful sunny afternoon in Melbourne. It is not daytime, nor is it sunny where I'm at on the west coast of the United States. Oh, how lovely. Thank you, Team Palgar. You make me feel like I'm there with you. All right, you guys, take care. Lots of love. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye for now. Or if you guys are up late or starting your day, I'll see you over on Kate's Regretless Life in about 15 minutes. All right, bye, guys.